talk.
Hi, this is much better.
Hi everybody, this is Jean from Truelove Quilts for You. We're going to be talking about our block party today, and I have my friend Jen with me.
Hi,
and
everybody.
if you've not tuned in before, Jen was my inspiration for showing a beginner how to make a quilt, because Jen was a beginner. I have to
Still a beginner.
Still a beginner, but I have to be careful because I have to address something. Oh, did you notice we're almost...
I'm not a giant anymore.
And I'm not a fat, short person. I put on heels.
And I have no flats.
And she has no flats. So anyway, so we're pretty much equal today. But apparently, I just wanted to clear something up, and I do apologize to your viewers and to Jen. Apparently, the last time there was actually quite a few, fairly passive-aggressive comments on how mean I was to Jen. She was a beginner and she's done so well. I was dressing that because it's like,
you obviously did not see the quilt up close.
Yeah, it was she did a lousy job.
It had pockets. There was no pockets in the pattern.
But
crazy.
and I gave her credit for like trying and to do it, and it was awesome. And I mean it, but it wasn't a good job. Yeah. And so we backed it up. And the thing is with me, Jen's known me for a long time.
Yeah.
Am I mean to you?
No, you're honest.
Oh, I'm honest. But I'm working on tact. So that's out of the way. I love Jen. She loves me. Don't write. If you think I'm mean, just go somewhere else. So anyway, our block party. We started our block party. Jen has now done 5 blocks. 5 blocks? So I wanted to ask Jen this process because she's a beginner, and we just came to the conclusion some of you aren't.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I've been looking at these blocks on the community block.
Seriously.
Impressive.
They're very, very impressive.
Butterfly block number 4. I don't know who you are, but I don't think you're a beginner.
Seriously. You're having
that block was amazing.
But Jen is a beginner. Yeah. And the whole purpose of this whole journey was to figure out what you've learned. So I'm going to sort of turn this over to Jen and ask you, in your quilting life recently, what you've actually learned.
I have learned so much.
Okay.
1, how to measure. I didn't realize I didn't know how to measure, precisely measure. That was made very clear in block 1, which I had to do twice because I did this block first and all my geese lost their beaks. All my points were gone. This center thing, you probably can't see it, but it's off by like a ½ an inch, that crisscross. And I just thought, it's fine. And then the next day I looked at it and I was so proud of it when I did it. And then the next day I looked at it and I'm like, why doesn't this look like hers? And so I was like, that's it, I'm redoing it. So I measured, I took my time. This was also done on a Sunday night.
That's another thing.
No reading glasses.
I put my blocks up, as you know, on a Sunday afternoon-ish, Sunday evening, and Jen and I go out together on a Sunday morning to our congregation Bible study. So it's a full morning, and then Jen has a family. She comes home, cooks for. I got a text from Jen saying, I've been waiting all week for block number 1, and
I was so excited.
As soon as I make dinner for my family, I'm going to do it. And I'm thinking, that's Sunday night, Jen. Don't.
Yeah.
And so Jen did it.
I did anyway.
She did it anyway because she's very, very excited.
Very impulsive.
And very impulsive. And super job for a beginner, but she didn't all of those things.
I didn't follow all those directions.
She didn't follow all of the directions.
So I took my time. This was later in the week, on a morning. I realized I'm better at quilting in a morning than at the night. If you need reading glasses to read, I learned you need them to sew.
Yes.
So
very important.
I'm new to reading glasses, so it didn't even dawn on me. I just thought, this is fine, but it's not.
It's not.
You really need them to see. So this was block 1. I learned the pressing the seam thing. I had no idea pressing to the dark side and why that's important for when you have to match up your seams, that they're not going the same direction.
And nesting them. Okay, that's somebody was saying it's a cute expression. Yeah. It wasn't my expression, so it's real. You can feel it, and the pressing
that helps.
And I've said all along in so many of my videos, the pressing and the ironing is as important.
Yeah.
As the piecing and the measuring. It really, really is. And you see that.
And then even the pinning. So when Jean graciously pins once or twice, because normally she doesn't have to pin. She's trying to teach us to pin. I realize I need like 6 to 8 pins on like one little block. Right. Just because I'm not used to keeping that fabric together or straight or anything like that.
So pinning, what else would we have down here? You're measuring.
Slow down. Yeah. Not to race. I'm a very quick person, which Jean is quick too,
we're very
but
quick.
She's a professional, so she can be quick now, where a beginner, you can't be quick. You have to really slow down.
And that's a challenge for beginners because, Jen is, we were addressing this also, Jen is an excellent baker. I don't cook, I don't bake, and she could bust on me for like baking a cake, just throwing something in, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I would have to like read the recipe and measure and everything.
Use the right tools.
Exactly. Oh, and that was another thing.
Yeah. So obviously, if you saw the first episode of us together, I did not have the right tools at all.
So you went out.
I went out. I took my list and I went to a couple different stores, Walmart, Joann Fabrics, and got pieces here and there with my coupons.
Right.
And now I have the mat, and I have a rotary cutter, and I have my rulers.
Now, how do you find like the rotary cutter? You have to be very careful.
I'm very careful.
Very careful.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said I was going to get the glove. I didn't get the glove. Yeah. But I'm very careful. Very, very careful.
Yeah, you have to
and I put it in a drawer when I'm done with it.
Yes.
Because I don't want my kids finding it.
Now, do you have a sewing? Is your sewing up all the time, or do you have to get everything out?
So it never used to be. My sewing machine, I would pull it out when I need it and put it away. But now I have an area that I've designated to keep it out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
So
yeah, that's awesome.
It's not like this, but
so how does your family feel about you quilting?
I don't know. I guess they like that I'm busy, have something to do. Like, awesome. I get super excited about it. I don't know that they're as excited about it as I am, because I'm like, oh, look at my blog, it's so pretty. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's so
fun. She was saying a word a couple weeks ago. We were chatting, and she said, this is almost like addictive.
Yes, yeah.
And it really is. You'll find, like, we've both done every hobby under the book. You name it. Beading and crafting, knitting and cross stitch, you name it. Every single thing. But quilting, and even sewing, I've made dresses and all that, but quilting it gets in your blood for some reason. Does.
In fact, that is true. My husband did say the one day, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm working on block 4 or whatever. And he was like, are you going to the grocery store? He's like, there's nothing for me to pack for my lunch. And I'm like, oh yes, I forgot to go to the grocery store.
Because I'm busy quilting.
Because I need to perfect block 4, honey. But I went to the grocery store and he got food.
So speaking of block 4, which was...
The fussy cut.
It was the fussy cut.
Right?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so
this
tell
one
us.
I'm proud of.
Yes.
So this block, this was the first one I only had to do one time, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So
let's put that down and show. So this was block 1.
Block 1,
which Jen redid.
And
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Almost.
I
missed one little. Yeah. But I'm not doing it.
Now the next block was which I really think
Jean loves this block.
This is a very simple block, the snowball block, because I really sort of threw you in at the deep. I threw you in at the deep end for block 1.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I realized that, but I'm thinking. Then I thought I came back and I'm like, okay, we'll just do a really easy snowball block.
Yes.
Easy.
I know why they call it a snowball block, because the first time you do this block, you go stupid snowball block. And you chuck it like a snowball.
Oh, Jen! So
this is the first time
This is the first time she did it. And
that's why they named it that. I'm sure of it.
So she's gone through fabric.
That's the real history of the snowball block.
Seriously, this stinks. So anyway, she did it again.
Did it again.
And
this time I pretty much got it.
So what was your challenge with this particular block?
So this centerpiece, these 4, even though my background was white, those 4 points coming together, I had a real hard time getting them together perfectly.
I guess so, yeah. Because I was thinking this is simple, but looking at through a beginner's eyes, it can be a little bit challenging. Yeah. Now, block 3.
Okay, I love block 3. I will make a whole quilt, mark my words.
And why is that, Jen?
No seams to match, no nesting.
So that brings us to block 4. And this was our block that was supposed to be not fussy cut, but
just had to try, right?
I said this, I'm like, you don't have to fussy cut this. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
But Jen's first attempt, this is a beautiful, lovely bee fabric.
And I love this fabric. So when she said about centering it and fussy cutting, I thought, oh, that would make such a pretty fussy cut.
Right.
So my first attempt at fussy cutting did not go so well. We laid the block out. I laid it out like Jean did ahead of time before I sewed it. And I realized that my bee was not centered. I had like a bee butt here and a bee wing here. So it didn't really work once I laid it out. So I dumped that. Did it
Goes
again.
along with the snowball.
Another snowball. And then we had a proper fussy cut.
Right.
Which I was super happy with.
Yeah, super.
And I love this block, but I cannot imagine doing a whole quilt like that. That must be so much work.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Because but my logic was making 2 blocks fairly simple, and I'll do a bit of a more complicated one. And then number 5.
So 5 we just
came
did
along
this week. And I did love this block. I thought it was so pretty.
Right.
The one you did. So this one had a lot of parts, a lot of pieces.
But it's a 9 patch.
9 patch.
But we've realized now a 9 patch is 9 units in the block. It's not necessarily 9 fabrics. So this one unit has 4 pieces of fabric in it. Yeah. You can get a 9 patch that has 6 or 8 pieces of fabric in 1 unit.
I noticed some people did that online too. They made these 2 blocks different colors.
Yes. Well, again, that's all their different colorways. Okay. And Jen noticed something that I didn't.
Somebody had their triangles going the wrong way.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
On my block party and on my webpage, these
maybe you did it on purpose, and I don't know.
I mean, it's artistic freedom. You can do that. It's
so
beautiful.
Pretty. Yeah.
But this was the configuration, this striped down, as it were.
But I was like intensely trying to match your pattern, so that's why I noticed it. Because I was like, wait. At first, I love laying them out before you sew them. Yeah. Because I had like this block flipped, and I was like, oh, why doesn't that look the same? Exactly. And then I went back and I looked at my thing, and I drew pictures as she was doing the video, and then I said, oh, I gotta flip it, and then I realized that I'm trying to make it match hers, but
no, why I'm doing the when you're doing 1 block at a time, I find it very advantageous to lay your pieces out.
Yeah.
There is a method, and even though I'm an advanced quilter, with so many things, maybe I could get it in my head. There's something that's called chain piecing. Yeah. So you just chain piece all of this unit. I've done that a million times.
Yeah.
But making 1 block that you want to get perfect in your beginner stage, that's why I lay it out.
Yeah, I love that.
And to see, like, oh, okay, and get a mental picture. Because when you're working with so many units or so many pieces, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So your blocks are fantastic. Do you love it?
Come a long way, baby.
You have. You have. She has come a long way. This is a 10 out of 10.
I don't know about that.
No, I don't know about that. It's like a 9 out of 10.
It's close.
I mean,
it's getting there.
Fantastic. Our colorways are beautiful. You got your fabric at
Walmart and Joann fabric.
Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. Nice quality, lovely, super.
Except the bee. I bought him on Etsy because.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I saw it and I was like, oh, I love bees and birds. I have a thing.
But I want to tell you what Jen has. So her blocks are fantastic. Awesome. I want to show you what Jen has embarked on, which I'm just so impressed. Now, you saw me making a
Howdy Doody quilt.
Howdy Doody quilt. Again,
for beginners, go back and watch her Howdy Doody video.
Okay.
You will love that quilt. It is so easy.
Easy.
That is easy.
Yeah, I think it's episode 70-something. It's not one of my beginning ones. I've just made it. It's in like red. Yeah. I use like a Howdy Doody fabric. Yeah, and it's cowgirls. Fairly large quilt. It's pieced like this. We'll show you. No seams, no matching.
Yeah.
No matching, no points. So Jen has taken it upon herself.
So I wanted to make a Howdy Doody, and part of my reasoning was I'm getting very invested in these blocks, and when it comes time to quilt it, I'm a little scared that I'm gonna mess up all this work I've done because I haven't really quilted anything except that terrible first quilt.
No, it was a beautiful first quilt. It was an awesome.
The quilting was terrible.
It was off the charts wonderful. No, it wasn't.
You liar.
But look at this.
So,
oh my word.
It's not done.
Look.
But this is my Howdy Doody quilt.
Oh my word, look at this.
And we had a Joann fabric near us that went out of business. So that's kind of what started me too, is I went there and they had fat quarters for like 50 cents.
Yes,
and they had, you know, you could buy a bulk of fabric, for $6.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane.
It was insane. I was telling you about that.
I bought a lot there.
Beautiful. Look at this.
And I've only quilted 2 blocks of it, which I don't even know where they are.
The blocks,
they're down here.
They're down here. Yeah. Oh, you got your batting from
Walmart.
Beautiful batting.
Yeah, 9 yards for $30 online.
9 yards for $30.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
100% cotton.
Yes, 100% cotton. And Jen's also, I was just saying, this is the first time I've seen her quilt. She may want to use a few more. We pin based. I know a lot of people spray based, but we'll come to that. I use pins, and I was saying to Jen, use pins. She could have used a few more pins.
I think I'm going to go back and add more because of what you were telling me.
Because sometimes when you're quilting, your backing will shift, and that's when you get those little nasty tucks. I mean, who really cares? But you care.
Yeah.
So Jen's sort of quilted these blocks in the diagonal. And again, as long as you're quilting the consistent length apart, your batting will tell you how far you can quilt apart.
Oh, I need to look that up.
Yes. So this
I
batting,
have the paper still.
Yeah, this batting is probably between like 5 and 7 inches or something,
oh, okay.
or maybe even 3 to 5 inches.
Okay.
But you have to be aware of that. So Jen's done an excellent job. There's about 4 inches between the quilting stitches, and you just want to keep your quilting, your actual quilting stitch consistent. But look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Aren't we proud of Jen?
Thank you. Thank you.
Seriously. Fantastic, fantastic. Now, I'm just going to wrap this up by a couple of things. Oh, somebody had said, how do my quilts wash up?
Awesome.
Okay, now, so I can say till I'm blue in the face, like, my quilts wash really nice. But let me just say, I made this for Jen's baby Parker, who is now
almost 5.
Almost 5. And this quilt
he has slept with it every night since the day he was home from the hospital. He has peed on it, pooped on it, puked on it. It has been washed hundreds and hundreds of times. And the binding, like, there's not a fray on it. The birds, this was my bird. She did a bird. I just did a bird, but I did this years and years ago. I completely forgot. I said, oh, you did that for me. I know, I completely forgot. So, yeah, the birds, never frayed. Never. So actually, we were talking about that. I completely forgot. I make hundreds of quilts, and I did completely forget that on this quilt, I actually satin stitched, appliqued each bird on. That was a lot of work. Yeah, and I did it. Love me. I must love her because I wouldn't do it now. Again, what have I used? My rickrack. I use rickrack coming out my, So this is a quilt that has literally been washed. One of my hundreds of times.
Hundreds and hundreds of times. So I don't pre-wash my fabric, and so it will shrink and it will pucker in the first washing. But then that's it. Then it becomes a quilt. Quilty, soft. Yeah. And like Jen said, I double as binding is. It's double folded, double stitched, machine stitched. I machine stitch my binding. Yeah. Again, I curve my corners, which we will probably be doing on our quilt. Yeah. I love quilts. I have like 8 of Jean's, and I have some other quilts just that I've inherited or people, I've gotten. And there's another one that hasn't been washed as many times, and like the binding's frayed. Inevitably, the edges and are even the seams are starting to come apart, and it's amazing to me because I've washed. Yeah, I have one for my first son who is 14 now. Oh yeah, I should have brought that one. Yeah, because that one is, it's been through. And then my daughter used that one, and she had her own from Jean, and then Parker uses that one sometimes too, and so that's been washed even, Yeah. 1,000 times. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, over 14 years. And it's same thing, not a fray. Yeah. So there you go, folks. My quilts wash up. 100% quality quilting cotton. But I think this was I think this was a Walmart fabric. Oh no, this was a Joann's fabric. This was Joann Fabrics. How do you remember that? Yeah, no, I remember this. I remember that one. Because a lot of people put Joanne Fabrics down. I love Joanne Fabrics. And just the blue this is a polyester rickrack. Some people have trouble with it melting. I never have because it's an all cotton quilt, but rickrack is polyester. But as you anybody can go on this Instagram page, Jeans Block Party 2018.
That's awesome.
And isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that was nice.
I mean, like, it's unbelievable. There's already 4 on there of her blocks. So I'm going to actually put my blocks on, and
I'll put mine on.
And you can put yours up. I was having a little bit of difficulty with my web page. Somebody said they couldn't access the community blocks page. You've been able to.
Yeah,
and
I was on it today. Yeah.
Oh, you were? Okay,
yeah.
so something, maybe there's a glitch just today because I just got
Were they
this
on
message.
their phone? It's not as
perhaps.
good on your phone.
Okay, that's another thing. We've said this. It's not like really great for mobile devices.
Yeah.
It's more for like a desktop, I guess.
Yeah, it's not like responsive design where it changes to your phone, so it's hard to view if you're looking at it on a phone.
Okay, so that's that. But aren't we proud of Jen? I love her. I love her so much.
Thank you. Love you too.
I wanted to do. No, I won't do it. I've already done block 6 and block 7. Yeah, but you're not going to see it. So, because I was saying, is once a week good?
It's I mean, you could do it more.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, like, is it too much?
Oh no! Don't go longer. I'll die.
Because somebody else said, "Oh, I'm so looking forward to your block," and I'm like, "You got to get a life."
So do I.
She's really good. Anyway, she's doing fantastic. I'll have her back on, see our progress, because I'm mentioning something in another. I think it's next week. How I want to do some sashing. I want to do the sashing.
I got sashing fabric.
Yeah, I might not be doing it that way.
No, okay.
I might change it up.
Okay.
I may or may not.
I could use it as a border fabric too.
Yeah. I may or may not be doing that. And as I was saying next week on Sunday, quilts evolve. Like, we've made block 1 to block 5, but when you put your quilt together, you do it however you wish.
Oh, my blocks don't go in order.
Well, no, they go in your order. They go in
which will probably be her order.
No. She's trying to be a mini-me. Stop. You have to do your own thing.
Okay.
You have to do your own thing. So then when we get to it, you're going to have 20 blocks. There's something that's called a design wall. And what a design wall is you can get a piece of batting. You can just get a hunk of batting and like push pin it to a wall. Okay. And then what happens is your fabric will just stick.
Okay.
We'll just stick to the batting or a piece of felt or something. Just even in like a flannel back tablecloth. You can just, so then you can start designing your blocks. I'll probably do it on my floor outside because or may do it here on this table. It's not quite big enough. On a floor, and then you can play around because you might think, oh, I have two dark blues there. I don't want that.
Okay.
Remember how
the colors of the different blocks. Okay,
and you can change it up. You can change the configuration. Or probably you just want to be aware, like your B. You want this, like you will have a top and a bottom of your quilt to a certain extent if you're using a directional fabric. But we're going to come to that,
which I am.
Which you are. You're using a directional fabric. I'm so thrilled about Jen. She's done unbelievably. Really, really proud of all of you. As we were saying,
the blocks are awesome.
They are awesome.
They really
They're
are.
So adventurous. I mean, adventurous.
It's awesome seeing the different things people pick out to do.
It really, really is.
Like
so if you're having trouble with the web page, by all means, if you have an Instagram, it's just a photo, or put some of your it'll be interesting you'll be able to comment on like like if you had trouble making this or something. So Instagram, Jeans Block Party 2018. Instagram.
Awesome.
Super. My quilts wash up nice.
Beautifully.
Jen's doing an incredible job.
She's tell them about April?
Awesome. Oh yeah. Is it too soon? Okay. In April 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th at the I believe it's we'll be telling you the specifics, in Edison, New Jersey at the Convention Center. We're in the Philadelphia area. But it's about an hour and 20 away from here. Jen and I are going to go to it's a quilt show.
excited.
A big quilt show.
My first one.
Yeah, Jen's first one. And I had asked Jen, what, about a year ago, if she wants to go to a quilt show with me. And all my kids have been to quilt shows. And at first they're like, why do I want to go to a quilt show? And after they go, if you've been, it's like, oh, like you don't have to quilt.
So
it's like so cool. So I said to Jen, she's like, oh yeah, but now
I
like,
really
now
really
she
want to
really
go.
wants to go. And like our quilts look like crap. I mean, my quilts look like crap. They compared to these quilts, unbelievably shocking. So on, I believe it's Thursday, April 26th, tentatively, Jen and I will be at the quilt show, but we'll let you know a little bit sooner. Our schedules, we have to work that out.
Yeah.
But it's if you can come and see us, here we are, all of our glory.
We will be there.
We will be there with bells on. So thanks, folks, ever so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. See you later. Bye.